5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, is this the game? Our fourth game of the EU qualifiers, where we will actually have a back and forth action-packed game that'll go longer than 25 to 30 minutes. We'll find out soon. To answer that question, we will have myself, Mott, along with Purge, Lyrical, and Cinderin give you the answer. How you doing, boys?
Yes.
Good. I smell peanut butter.
There was some Uncrustable action going on.
There was.
They're quite good.
Thanks for that, Purge. That's the best.
It's okay.
That was the best coaching from Purge.
Eat
You
this.
should eat this.
I've
I'm
trusted
not
Purge's
sure.
suggestions.
Is that good? It's
I
like,
knew I
this
tried
is
to
good.
tried to get him to eat it the other day, and it wasn't going to work because it's something a little different.
Yeah.
But all the regular food was gone, so I knew I was like, this is the moment. I can definitely force him to eat.
This is where I trust Purge the most. Obviously, you have a lot of good Dota coaching, but in terms of your life hacks, you actually have given me a lot of advice over the years.
Oh well, I'm just remembering. You know, it's something I remember regularly and regret. It's like when we went to Slax's bachelor party and we were on food duty. We're like, all right, we're gonna buy like LAN party food. We spent $80 on just sugar. It was a bad idea. Like
Do you know we
everything we
still
bought,
have-
it was like cookies, cupcakes, candy, soft drinks. We didn't buy anything that would be like, hey, we can eat this for breakfast the next morning.
We still
and
have
my
some of those
stomach
things.
just kind of like hurt slightly unpleasantly for like 2 days.
Yeah.
We messed up there. We needed to buy something like, hey, let's buy some eggs, and then make food for. Or, no, it was just sugar.
We ate a ton of cookies, and then we proceeded to not eat anything else after that.
You forgot the 5 cans of soda.
Yeah, that was.
I drink a
That
lot
sounds
of.
That
insanity.
was quite the bachelor party, let me tell you. But that's a story
still
for
fun.
another time. So,
Oh, tell it now.
I mean, I think everybody's heard
we
the
don't need
story.
to,
We don't need
yeah.
to tell the story. If you want to hear the story,
It's
I'm
always
sure
embellished
there's
anyways.
there's YouTube videos about it. You could Google it.
The one thing I will say though is when they always talk about the girl that came to
The
play video
stripper.
games with us. Yeah, it's always the story's always embellished.
I love that.
Like the story is embellished with when we played games. It's always embellished because there isn't a punchline, so they have to embellish it to make. the
Wait.
punchline better
Are you upset
every
about
time.
how they talk about you got beat when you were playing Donkey Kong?
I did
Diddy
lose,
Kong Racing
but
with
it's
her?
always extremely embellished. They
Okay.
always have to add something on the end that didn't happen.
Ooh.
Like almost every time I've heard the story told, I'm like, that's actually not accurate. It's always a little embellished because it's just It's a good story, but it's not good enough to like be like, I'm gonna bring this up.
That's how every one of our
And
stories are.
speaking
though.
of which, I just wanted to vent about it.
Okay.
It wasn't a good idea for me to bring this up. But
No,
Tell
no,
me
no.
about
I'm glad you
Fortune's
went
End.
through it.
it's a dispel.
I'm excited. I'm actually excited already about this game now. I love Oracle, and I think the hero definitely has a place in some games. The only true weakness that there's two problems with it. One, it's not the strongest laner compared to a lot of these other heroes like Warlock, and two, the hero isn't very. It's better for skirmishes than Warlock is because it actually has some burst and a bit of a lockdown to provide, but generally is a 5-man hero. It has some benefits here. You can purge off Shadow Word both offensively and defensively.
I would argue it's selectively amazing at lane, equal as good as Warlock in games like this. Obviously, because he's counteracting Warlock, therefore he is Warlock.
Mm-hmm.
But great BAT. You grab an Orb of Venom, your attack range is good, so you just slap BATs on people or orbs on people. And then if you're dispelling Warlock heals, he's extremely good, and then he transitions really well in the late game with his ultimate, and Fade Seed is really good too. So against like Sand King and Warlock, this is really solid as a pick.
So the one thing that sticks out to me too, and you mentioned it, is that the dispelling the heal, because I feel like Warlock has often been the answer of like the way that you want to take a greedy position one hero. So we've seen like the Spectres or the Morphlings or something else thrown in there with it. I wouldn't mind seeing like Beastmaster Oracle laning together. I don't know if it's going to happen, but like if it's going to be a greedy lineup coming out from BlinkPool, run it up there and just run at them.
I like it. Most Beastmaster hasn't been doing very well lately as like a pressure hero. Because he does okay, but everybody's very used to him. He's not quite as strong as he was before, but throwing an Oracle there to offset the heals, and then also add more damage, like that's the other thing people forget about. Oracle is actually a very good burst hero once he gets to like level 2, level 3, so if you throw more burst and a little bit of disable on top of Beastmaster, they're definitely going to be able to kill here.
This lane kills. It is really strong. Yep. Level 1, it's like, not so good. Level 2, it gets like decent. Level 3, it's super strong. What I'm imagining, they're thinking with this Oracle, they're taking it as just a solution to Warlock in lane, and they're going to put Oracle with whatever matchup they prefer against Warlock. It doesn't have to be Beastmaster. Beastmaster could be safely. If they see a good core matchup, let's say, for example, let's say BlinkPool were to go for something like Spectre, you could get a side lane Bloodseeker, for example, and play Bloodseeker Oracle, and Bloodseeker will just completely destroy that lane. Like, it's not even funny how much he will destroy Spectre War. Can't do anything to. That's just an example of something they could actually bans here. BlinkPool banning out the and Invoker. That's a very unusual second place from them. The bans apart from that's been. Bloodseeker's banned. My bad.
Okay, there you go.
I didn't even see it.
Topson Invoker was good earlier today.
Waswix was impressive. I did not expect it to be that significant, but it did a lot of work in that game.
The Monkey King one's a little bit surprising, but maybe like a scrim thing.
It's one of Topson's favorites too, right? Like they seem to just be target banning him a bit here.
And on OG side, the PL and the Lycan would have been amazing versus Oracle, but either way, still strong heroes in the meta right now.
Oh yeah, Lycan is. I'm actually really surprised Lycan got through the first phase. We've almost always seen it banned or picked the first phase, at least I've been watching. It might have had lower priority in the Chinese region.
10 seconds remaining.
Lycan seems.
And Night Stalker 2, which is often banned first phase, although I'm not sure if it's banned as much anymore in the first, but it's still available as well if they wanted to go down that road.
I think Night Stalker has been overrated in some of the series, and it's just the hero is starting to have quite a few weaknesses now that once you understand how to take advantage of them, it just isn't that scary anymore. He got way weaker at the first and second night just because of the Cryptic Fear nerfs, the Void nerfs, Darkness nerf. What nerfs didn't he have? Hunter in the Night didn't get nerfed.
There you go.
Yay.
Nice.
So looking at this OG draft now, I feel like one of the big problems you run into Oracle is lack of disable. The only disable that they have right now is really hard with the Roar, but it is an ultimate on a relatively long cooldown. On the other side, I guess that you still have a bunch of really long cooldowns, but I'd love to see them be able to take advantage of it when like Warlock Golem is down or when Split is down.
Yes.
And Sand King's kind of already taken away. Maybe Slardar? I don't know. Witch Doctor's decent.
Interesting.
I was going to say in regards to the Oracle also, is there any chance they do like an Oracle Huskar kind of draft here for OG?
Absolutely
I know Oracle's
possible.
Huskar's been picked a lot in the SA region, especially today.
And it's definitely possible. It doesn't have to happen, and that's what kind of one of the nice things about grabbing Oracle here. It's like it's good against the two heroes they're against. It scales well, and it's also just gonna make that worry for their opponents.
this. So one thing I really like about the Brewmaster pick is the problem is that he's playing with Warlocks that have long cooldowns, but if you look past that, Brewmaster is exceptionally good against saving heroes. That is one of the biggest benefits of the hero. You enter team fights, you have a guy like Oracle who's super dependent on saving his guy, you just Cyclone him. You take Oracle out of the fight with 2 Cyclones in a row. I find this to be one of the absolute hardest matchups to play Oracle into for that specific reason. Laning, it's fine, like Brewmaster, you can deal with, but the team fights are really annoying.
Oh, and even if he doesn't Cyclone, the Dispel's actually god
Dispel
tier.
is good too.
Because that's going to remove Fate's Edict, that's going to remove any Purifying Heal that he has going, it's going to be able to dispel Urns. Like, that alone is incredible.
It's a really nice hero to play. So, the thing I didn't like so much where BlinkPool was headed with this is that they chose to go for Slark with it. I feel like, you have this really strong team fight. I would have loved to see them pick a carry that is faster at just coming online and starting to take towers so that the moment they hit their 6s, they can go for, objectives. They could have got something like, your classic Gyrocopter, maybe even could have gone a Juggernaut route this game, like any type of hero that would want to go for towers. Jugger isn't that hot right now, but, you get the idea.
I
mean, so it doesn't match up with their team well, but it does match up against OG's heroes well. It's pretty good against Slark, or against Beastmaster. If you can Dark Pack the Roar, it's very good against Oracle, very good against Witch Doctor.
So I was wondering if
But
that
it's a weak
Yahoo,
laner.
Yes, with low armor. What were you saying?
I'm wondering if the Yahoo we're hearing is from Ana. It's his classic hero. This
It
is what
sure
he's known
is.
for. I knew it. That's the one. He wants to play it.
He loves this hero.
I'm curious if they're going to switch it up and run it towards the mid for him, or if they just are willing to swap their lanes around and run it safe lane. And the other weird thing about this is taking the Witch Doctor now, it does kind of put one of these heroes on the 4 position getting more farm. And I'm not really sure who I like that more on. Like,
I assume it'll be Jarvis. He played like Skywrath earlier and did fine. It's like like those both Witch Doctor and Oracle can scale a little bit. I think it's more likely to be Oracle because he can move around more effectively and get kills just by having raw damage. So I think it's all right. I see your point though.
What do you get though as a 4? Do you just get Aether Lens as like a 4 Oracle?
Aether Lens is good. He could go defensive items. He could go fast Spirit Vessel. Like ulti Spirit Vessel is like amazing. You're like, okay, he's all right, guys. Let's focus on other problems.
Because you get like double the healing increase then with the ulti and then also the Spirit Vessel.
Based on their health and like I mean, okay, they can dispel it, but yeah. I'm feeling Oracle right now in the right games.
Gonna be Huskar? Nope, Deuce. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
They definitely needed some more damage. They're very burst heavy. So pre-BKB's OG has a strong lineup. They're pretty magic focused though.
Yes.
You sound so dissatisfied.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I really liked OG's opening, but I don't really like too much where they ended up going with it. I'm always ready to be surprised. I think neither of these heroes is particularly good as a position 4, but I'm guessing the Oracle is probably the better choice. Zeus is a fairly nice hero against Slark, though. The Lightning Bolt during Shadow Dance, but I wouldn't be surprised if OG. See, I think it can work because the BlinkPool's lanes are relatively weak on their side. It's nothing that is very, very strong. You put the Oracle in the lane of Warlock, and then Zeus can, since the damage changes, can actually be relatively competitive on CS in the safe lane. So.
And he contributes well just because level 1 Lightning Bolt does like 120 damage, so it's like he's still helping his supports.
Don't want Zeus against TA. It is real bad. That is actually one of the worst matchups.
Probably better now.
We will likely see all tournament. It's worse than Ember versus.
The static field proc.
Okay.
It's very bad.
Static field procs reflection though, at least, right? So hypothetically, if you cast a spell, you're breaking refraction twice.
I believe it breaks refraction, yeah, but it for the lane it doesn't matter.
That seems minimal, yeah.
You probably have to go to like 2 points in Arc Lightning now too to be able to out CS the TA, don't you? Reduction.
Out CS.
Okay,
try to
call. Try to CS.
Yeah, good
You're
luck.
not out CSing. There is no Zeus in the world that's going to win against the TA if both players are just, somewhat similar. Like that lane is just flat out. Another thing that we've seen since the changes to traps is that sure Zeus can try to remove them with Lightning Bolt, but TA kills him as well now. Like now that traps deal damage, if you get caught by a trap, you can actually just die from 100 to 0.
And across the game, it's still a really good TA game. He's against an Oracle who can't stop the damage. Although the only thing you can do is Fate's Edict the TA. That's against Witch Doctor, another burstable, physically weak hero, and even Ember Spirit. So the TA pick was very smart here.
By the way, real quick, I do want to point out that on the other stream, BlinkPool did play Singularity. They did lose that matchup. I haven't seen what the draft was yet, but just going and giving you that heads up. That
Singularity one?
It was a
Yes.
it was a Brood game, 30-minute game. Singularity took
A
the
Brood
win.
game, did you
Yep,
say?
last pick Brood.
That's a classic.
And they had Brood,
Yeah.
Ember, Beast, Rubik.
So the thing in this game, I'm gonna favor OG, but it's like the reason I like them more is I saw them play a draft similar to this in the opens, and they looked so comfortable. Like really, really good at playing the Zeus. Very good with these two position fives, kind of, but you just they make them work. I think Seb is on his absolutely best hero. His Beastmaster is very, very good, so they're feeling comfortable for sure. And I think they're just the better team. So, but neither draft to me is like really fully satisfying. So because of that, if BlinkPool had got a little bit better out of this draft, I could have seen them as favorites for this, but I'm still...
Let me ask you the question, though. Do you think this... I mean, what are the chances this goes into another 20-minute stomp type game, or is this going to be a different type of game based on the picks?
The Dire lineup can snowball very hard if they win the lanes. Zeus and Ember are the type of heroes that can just take over a game from minute 10 onward, so it's very important that BlinkPool do their lanes well. If the lanes play out evenly and BlinkPool are competitive, I can see this one definitely being a close game.
3 bounties for Radiant.
Yep.
Good start.
And they get the Shadow Word on Ember Spirit, plus Kazu might get an auto attack or two off, although Anna's pretty fast. So it is going to be safe lane Ember Spirit, by the way. They're not going to send him mid. That means that Thompson Zeus is going to be mid against the Kaiser TA, which will be, like you guys mentioned, a pretty brutal matchup. They even send out a Sal for Kaiser. He's doing a really good block.
I kind of feel like Oracle should switch lanes, right? I mean, he's going to do fine in this lane, but I find it a little unfortunate that he's not versus the Warlock.
The problem is if he TP's top, they're just going to match. I think if he TP's top, they'll match, and they'll be happy with the end outcome of it. So he probably has to stay bottom at this point. No-Tail's going to skill heal. They're just going to be trading up here and getting CS.
I think I saw them take out the ward mid also, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he got him down from his high ground, so TA already starting off with a little bit more of an advantage there too.
Yeah, that's good news. Kaiser's Refraction is done. Thompson obviously going for level 1 Arc Lightning, so he'll do okay for now, but once these side blades come out, it starts getting a bit tougher, so...
Actually forcing out a flask with just...
That's pretty impressive.
Interesting. I think TA is trying to play very aggressive on him. He must have drawn creep aggro and lost his Refraction and tanked some creep hits. Zeus should not be able...
Yeah. I want to keep checking all these lanes. Lift comes out. Good news for OG. Beastmaster having a great time. In fact, they found Misery. He does have no Burrow Strike. He used it already. They're not going to get this kill.
Or Purge spell.
Got a long range, 620 attack range on the Oracle.
Yeah, it's really
I didn't realize
nice.
it was above 600, but very good.
His base damage is, you know, not the greatest, but still does some work.
When these two heroes bottom reach level 3, I think Slark gets crushed, actually. It's really important for Madara to get off to a good start on this hero, and Misery is trying to give him a lot of solo XP, but what that means is you have this, like, almost like a dummy hero, you know, the Sand King has a stun, and then what does he do after that?
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything, and if they manage to find the root, does get Dark Pact off, this is going to be a lot of damage on him constantly, because not only does he have really good range, but also a really good attack animation on Oracle, and can get out a ton of those Orb of Venom hits.
And if Slark needs to use Dark Pact every time you cast a root on him, he takes extra damage. He's damaging himself.
Going aggressive. They'll have another Purifying Flames in a second here. It's not enough damage, and it was level 1, of course, not level 3 yet for Jerax, but...
kind of costly there. That's a couple Purifying Flames now that he's used on Slark without dispelling it.
Yeah, he also popped a Mango for one of those.
Like, Slark's only lost 3 tangos so far. Between all of the magic sticks and the heal.
Yeah. I disagree with them trying to go for the kill until they're level 3, because I think the burst will not be enough, and like, if you waste away all your mana now, you don't have it when your lane truly peaks. I would have liked to see them just try to focus a bit more on denying, harassing with the Orb of Venom. You can throw out a Fortune's End here or there, and some axes just to force the Slark to use Dark Pact, take that extra bit of damage, but not truly start committing Purifying Flames. That's when it starts being very expensive for Oracle to harass us when he starts using those nukes. I believe they cost more than Fortune's End even on level 1 since the buff, like 75 to 85 or something? Or 80.
So far, CS-wise, still relatively even across the lane. Surprisingly, Zeus only 6 behind the TA. That might change as the levels start to get increased a little bit. Although, feels like he's kind of through some of the dark times.
Oh, he went level 2 lightning bolt. He didn't grab the static field at all, by the way. Not yet, anyway. He will later.
Probably
obviously.
not worth it, because it would maybe let him break refraction easier, but it's going to limit his harass and less hitting.
Yeah.
So now they brought Warlock to bottom. Guessing the call here is that Slug will start to struggle with laning against 3 heroes. And they might just keep 3 here. The problem is, I think the Ember can lane against the Brew alone. And if Witch Doctor comes bottom, this try and try situation does not favor the Radiant in my book. Gonna get bounced on with the cast, but he will get chained down.
He has a salve, and he's also very speedy.
That's
with the
level 1
boost.
Maledict. He won.
Yep.
He skilled heal level 1 on Witch Doctor. So.
Without Maledict, I don't know if they can test for this bounty rune either. Ember's going to want to stay there in CS, so Brew just might get both of them.
They can try to contest bottom, but there's 3 heroes down here. They have Sand King with Burrow Strike. They
Since
might
they-
only get 1.
Since they know there's 3 bottom, I think the Witch Doctor just goes through and then just casks him into.
Yeah.
He should not die.
They might lose both down here, though. Although Misery is actually the one that's getting
He's
rest on.
probably dead.
Fortune's End, Axes, Purifying Flames. They just need another one. He actually has a good stick, but I think he's still dead anyway with another Purifying Flame. And he is. It's Mad that gets First Blood. The assist from Jerax. And they'll get both of these runes bottom, it looks like.
Oh, they'll get all 4.
Yeah, they're going to get 4. That's...
Oh.
But that turned around rather quickly.
Uh-oh.
My God.
That is
and
so big.
Zeus is going to get it for
Yeah,
the bottle
he
as
bottled
well.
too. Yeah, that's huge.
That is really... Zeus is doing surprisingly well here. We haven't really watched the matchup too much, but I'm fairly confident that it should not be going this well. And I'm saying that as he's 10 CS
He's
behind, but...
getting run at too. Might be dead.
Definitely did.
Stops in, just getting auto attacked down by Kaiser. Will find himself a free kill.
Level 6.
That was a pretty big mistake, yeah. Tia hit 6 first. He walks up to hit the creep wave. I think maybe he was hoping Tia went bot rune or something, but he walked right into that one. Didn't have a TP in his inventory either. It was in his backpack, so it was a pretty big mistake. Maybe he thought he had the TP.
Now it looks like. Expect. 1,000 net worth lead minute 6.
Radiant's middle tower.
But otherwise, OG are still doing well in the side lanes. Point. Madara is still struggling as expected.
He's
even
out
with
of
3 heroes.
regen.
He has to just run. He has to wait till level 6, and he's not going to be there anytime soon with 2 or 3
He might
heroes
be in a
down.
little bit of trouble. There's the heal. All right, they get it after the purge. He's
Like,
fine.
and they rotated another hero down bottom. It's a smoke up from No Tail with the Witch Doctor, so if he shows himself, he might die. He's back to full HP pretty much.
Gotta get in the
They're
right.
baiting him in.
Yeah, this is a
It's a
big
nice
bait.
play.
Cast coming out, no Dark Pact available. It's going to bounce, but it won't bounce back to Madara, and they don't have the... Jerax had to go back, so they only had 2 down bottom while they were
The
trying to
idea was a
play.
nice play, the execution.
Yeah.
But his timing on being here was really good. They didn't. I'm really excited to see Ana this game. I think his Emperor Spirit is one of the best, and he's off to a pretty good start, so should be a treat. Close to level 6, I would imagine it's possible we see a rotation from Ana at that point to bottom, just tower diving and killing the Slark and getting the tower. He's one of the heroes that can also deal with the TA, so that's kind of nice for them that even though their mid-matching is going horribly, they at least have a safe laner that can be competitive against TA relatively soon.
You see OG like try and pressure the Slark bottom, see if they could force the TP, and then like go mid with the Ember instead, like you're talking about.
Yeah, that could... So this is what generally happens in these safe lane situations. Ember is a full level ahead of Brewmaster now. He can actually try to solo kill him if he wants. He gets these chains, he might go for it.
There's a creep wave
good
here.
blind.
He's just going to harass. He has a Sal for Ana. Kazu, none, so I'll have to be a little careful. Flameguard's still going for now. They are rotating the Sand King up top to try to help out Brewmaster a little bit, but again, this gives little to no room for Madara bottom, who's going to start falling behind a lot more, I think.
It doesn't feel good playing Sand King like... We're 8 minutes in, he doesn't have his position full. That is a rough start, man. Like, this hero is so item dependent as a 4, and he just has nothing to show for his early game.
What?
They found him!
He actually cut the tree down.
That's Sand King helping out, dude. Just forcing his opponent to waste 4 seconds.
Madara is in some trouble. He almost gets mad
Oh,
with the
close
kill.
to tree.
That would have been huge. He has Fatal Bonds on him, but he's going to just bottle up instead.
And you look at the net worth among the supports. It might not seem like much. It's like, it's just 150 gold for Witch Doctor over Warlock, but it's 700 for Oracle over Sand King. That I'm worried for the Radiant that this Sand King will need so much space to actually, get into the game. He's level 3 minute 830. He has absolutely nothing. He needs to take lanes, but who can give him the space?
I don't even care about the gold. I care about the levels. He's like 3.5 right now, and Oracle's almost 5 with Arcane Boots. So once he hits 5 with Arcanes, he's going to be nuking everybody all over the place.
These are heroes that don't have very high HP pools. They rely upon other stuff to get them alive, with the exception of Brewmaster. So you make a rotation and burn through the refraction charges. You make a rotation and force out a Slark ulti. They're just going to blow up. Big kills him.
So what do you do as the Radiant? The problem is with their lineup now they have Brew Split, but where do you use it? You can maybe try to make a move onto TS lane. They're actually doing that right now. I think this is the only real play they have with the split that makes sense. This kill needs to work out for them. Nice trap down in the lower half here by Kaiser. Could do something. He out from Jerex. Away from the Slark. And they're going to start hitting this tower. OG will definitely try to defend this. They do not give up this tower for free. How do they do it?
Fighting into split's going to be tricky. Maledict and No Tail is going to get trapped and run down. They're going to slap him a few times. Another trap will certainly kill him. They have the Burrow Strike, so No Tail gives his life away as they're just trying to farm elsewhere on the map.
He saved his tower, for now, at least, with that death. He definitely bought some time. Now Mad is coming in, pulling the wave away. And I think without Primal Split, they're not getting this tower. But they did a pretty decent chunk of damage before OG were able to respond to this. How many bounty runes this? Is this 3 this time for OG? No, 2 and 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Chase down.
Well, he just found a free ward, I think, with that lightning bolt.
Yep.
They're pinging it out like crazy, so they know it's there. He's just waiting to go for it, and they're a little worried about who's behind Madara and Saxa.
This tends to happen when you play Zeus. You get like 1 or 2 freebies per game where you're just bolting someone and there's a ward there, fortunately. Find it.
3 gold. 21.
Oh,
my, look at that Slark!
Madara.
He just took so much damage. They still have Zoot's ulti, but he gets off the Shadow Dance for Madara, so they have Vision now. Another Lightning Bolt will do the job. It looks like the Shadow Word is not going to save him. They False Promise up Thompson. He's fine. Misery rotates in. He's looking for a Burrow, which actually does stop the TP of Thompson. The cast coming in. I think Thompson will still survive anyway.
Yeah,
he gets a double kill anyway. So they kind of rotate in and they just feed their lives away. Kezu has split. Maybe he can get a kill out of this. Thompson would be who he likes. No Tail's going to try to TP. It's going to be close. He will fall. They'll get 2. Good Brew Split. They at least get something out of it for BlinkPool there instead of just losing this Slark for nothing.
The chat line is great. I love that.
Those are the best too, because you have to work for them, so you can't just be like, yeah, that's a cool line and spam it.
Yeah.
But you gotta play the hero.
It really was, though. Like, I don't know what Madara was doing there. He just thought he could take him down.
That was kind of crazy. It's good that Kezu rotates in and at least gets a trade-off, but it still doesn't feel good using your Brew Split after you've lost a fight, right? Like, he's coming down to salvage, but they didn't gain anything except a bit of hero kill gold. No tower damage with the Brew Split that they would have surely liked to use mid. And the timing, the progression of timing in this game, Ember hasn't really got involved yet. He is getting really, really farmed. Compare him to the Slark, 1300 gold advantage. The one hero in this game that's doing well for BlinkPool is TA, but we know how this hero can be. It's very snowbally by nature. You have to play from ahead. This is kind of the expected outcome. So if he dies once or twice, OG are in a great position.
Kezu rotating from behind. They're fighting with that Brew Split, but it doesn't seem that they're really concerned. They have the Golem, and that's what they're going to drop instead. Now Ana in trouble. The Roar comes out, though. Look how low Kezu gets, and he just gets melted by this dire team. They'll clean up the Golem. They'll back themselves up more than likely, and they can fight maybe elsewhere. They have found Madara, and Thompson's actually going toe-to-toe with him. Thompson's kind of winning until Madara gets the Pounce and Dark Pact off. Madara trying to run. He's on a ward. They need another Lightning Bolt, but they don't have the range. They have Zeus ulti. It's not going to be enough. He'll stick up. Now he's back into Shadow Dance. He's going to regen up. So Zeus ulti not used for anything spectacular there, but...
I don't know who called this mid play, but that was not good. BlinkPool going in without Brew Split. There was like no chance of getting the Zeus kill the way they tried for it. Or sorry, not the Zeus, the Ember kill. Yep. And they end up effectively wasting away the Golem. And now, again, now they're... ultis are going to be disconnected, right? Because now Split will be ready, but Golem will be on Golem. So they can't get that really big fight. They ended up losing their Brewmaster for nothing and lose their tower. This mid tower, really important. This early on, 13 minutes in, you grab that, you start taking over the Radiant side of the jungle, you limit Slark's space, and once again, this guy needs so much time on Sand King. So they're kind of playing 4 on 5 for the next few minutes while Misery catches up from a a difficult laning
Look
stage.
at this. He's got it in 2 seconds. Can he get it off in time? He's sure. Oh, no.
Nope.
The lightning bolt comes out. He's still solo. He had 1 HP, and Anna gets false promise just in time. He'll remnant away. They need to heal him up. Jirax is going to get cycloned up into the air. Another remnant coming out from Anna. Here comes Madar trying to flank at the back lines. He'll find No Tail. That's not the target he wants. Now the death ward coming out, but it doesn't last long. Thompson in trouble. Roar comes in, but it's onto the TA. Can they get this kill? The remnant. They do secure. That's a big pickup coming in for Kaiser. Getting dropped down. A double kill for him, but he still gets killed at the end of it. Now Anna trying to TP Jirax as well. He's going to disarm himself using the Fate's Edict.
Nice
The Burrow Strike comes in for Misery, but here comes Matt. He's just running at them, essentially. The Fortune's End comes out, the Sandstorm, but they have the detection for it, and the Purifying Flames cleans up Misery on the Sand King. So it was, I think, a 2 for 2 at the end of it. The Ember Spirit survives, but the TA does fall on BlinkPool, so the advantage is slightly OG favored.
Jirax is owning these fights. That was really incredible.
He's doing a lot of damage.
Kept Anna alive. I thought Anna was going to die right away, but that was probably mostly Melt Strike, I guess, that got him low in the first place. Keeps him alive. Dodges the Burrow Strike damage. Is there in the perfect moment to get the TA kill.
Yeah, they got. I think Anna got 2 bottle charges off fully during the false promise. It heals so much.
Yeah.
And there's 1 heal from Oracle. You get back to full. So again, another team fight taken by BlinkPool. This time they use Primal Split. So now Golem is ready and they don't have Split. And Sand King joined the fight, died, so didn't progress toward his Blink Dagger much. I think this bottom tower is just a goner. And at the same time, they might even be able to hold top. So
It feels like Sand King is in the same realm as like Night Stalker, where he's like one of those heroes that you can pick early and be like, hey, what role is it going to be? But then if it does default to support, your lane just sucks.
I think Anna's Remnant usage in fight was also pretty spectacular. He just keeps them out, and like there was one moment when he went forward, threw one in for where the Zeus was going to be, was able to isolate and keep 2 other heroes away, and then he went in for the kill. Like he feels like he just knows the limits of this hero perfectly, and now they found themselves another pickoff. It's not just the gold that they're getting, but like we've been talking about, the gold you're denying from the Sand King.
yeah,
That was a very dead hero.
he's not looking good on Sand King. Let's look at something else that looks better.
Beastmaster?
Oh, it looks great.
Look at him, he's got a slow crest, they're gonna go take Roche.
He's going Solar Crest Pipe. I like this itemization in this game. There's so much magic damage from the Radiant. TA surely has a lot of physical, but that's kind of it. Apart from that, it's largely magic damage. Slark, at the current point in time, is a magic damage hero. More than anything.
Oh, and they're taking their stacks too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this Zeus perk at 10? He went for experience gain. I know that's the standard, but against a TA, do you think it's worth it to go armor?
No, I think you want XP gain. The other talents are so good that you just want to get toward them so as fast as possible.
Misery, keep bullying
Yeah, I
this
feel
guy.
like Misery's never going to get this Blink Dagger at this rate. It's pretty brutal.
I'm worried that player 5 has left the game. You know.
That's going to be so frustrating.
And you're seeing the impact that it has.
Gonna
That they've,
kill me.
oh, hang on.
That's Warlock dead. They're going to split for this. He tried getting Golem off. Anna has no mana.
He has a
There's
remnant.
Oracle.
He should be able to get out anyway. They have the False Promise available too. He's
they're
going to wait
saving
for
up.
it.
Okay, so
They don't even need to use it. They try to Dispel, but he's still running.
stops the heal at least. They
Yeah.
could get him low.
He's fine, it looks
That's
like.
another split used for nothing.
And now Golem is up again, but no split, so they
Yeah.
continue this trend.
You're really seeing the impact it has on the game that this mid-tier 1 fell. Like, the way the Dire are just funneling into the Radiant jungle, they kill Misery again there, he's basically dying in a place you're generally safe in minute 15 in the game, but the Radiant have to try to find some sort of map control somewhere.
They know he's here.
Oh my god.
He got off the Shadow Dance though. He gets body blocked. He actually might be dead. Roar's up at 8. He Shadow Amulets again. They have detection this time. They Maledict. He's just going to try to run. Death Ward comes out. Dark packed in, and Madara is dead.
This is the saddest Slark in the world. And then the tip. Oh man.
Yeah.
Like, the other thing is I feel like the Slark is the type of hero that you want to be able to play with the vision advantage, and it naturally gives you that. They've got TA traps, those other things, but because of this Beastmaster, the great warding that's been going on from OG, they've been able to really shut down everything that BlinkPool has tried to do.
Oh, please, not
No.
again. I can't see this again.
He missed the chains, actually.
He might be able to live.
No.
Probably not. Maybe?
Oh, actually,
Sox is here.
Anna's
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Does he want to Remnant? Oh, he doesn't need to. Let it Fissering Chains. He has
no
Golem.
burrow,
Is he
no
going to drop
burrow?
it up?
Oh.
Here comes Kezu as well. Remnant, he actually is going to live. Misery is going to stay. Saving Private Misery in that fight. They made sure that they kept him. I mean, look how close this was. Blink Dagger too. That's pretty big.
That's a big
If he got a Maelstrom proc there, it was a kill, most likely. But he got 2 hits and didn't get one.
If you hit the first chains, that wouldn't even have been a chase.
But that's the thing, like, you bring like 3 heroes down there to the bottom lane, the exact opposite side of the map, and now they're going in and taking Roshan. Like, even if like Misery doesn't die there, you're still losing so much across the rest of the map.
This is still taking forever. I mean, they even have a Solar Crest. This is taking a while. They do not have a good Roshan team.
Sark
This
walks
is
in and
dangerous
realizes
though.
they see him.
Golem is very, very good here.
Yeah, they could try for this fight. Splits up, and right now they were going to roar Sox, so they want to get this kill. Zeus ulti, but he's got the deal rolling. They get off the Bruce, but there's the Golem now. They're going to look for Beastmaster. He's low. They get off the false promise from JRX again. They're going to heal him up. Meanwhile, Warlock gets dropped out. Anna is cleaning up the back lines. He's fine. Mad TP's home. JRX with the quick fingers again.
Good save.
I mean, that you have a Bruce split and a Warlock Golem dropped. That should be a great fight for you. The TA just couldn't get in, I think, even with the Blink Dagger. I don't think he was able to find anybody in that fight.
He may have been cancelled by the Zeus ulti. I'm not sure if he had Refraction pre-running.
Right.
He absolutely, if he didn't, that is a clear mistake. He absolutely has to have Refraction on at all times that a fight is about to break out, just so he can be sure to get in.
We're seeing the strength of having heroes that come online without too many items. I feel like this Ember has just been such a good pick for them. Like, he allows you to play so much more aggressively earlier than other heroes. Maybe not necessarily earlier, but because they've been able to punish the Sand King too.
Well, he's going to clear the Aegis.
The bigger thing about getting this Aegis on Ember is that TA didn't get it. TA is a very Aegis-dependent hero. Talked about this before, how when you play as TA, your hero is... How to say it? There's like it's extremely high damage, but it's also very fragile. If Refraction breaks, you die to almost anything, and you're playing this very rich hero that has to go Glass Cannon. It's not effective if you don't buy these items like Deso and Dagger. So the moment you blink in and fight, you need this second life to guarantee that you can basically be tanky by having a second life.
It's interesting.
Oh
my god.
Damn, that was a really
Wait,
high.
I don't think he doesn't have it yet.
Oh,
He's still 200 away.
They're just killing everywhere on the map. They have no stabilization.
Well, I thought he would have had it by the time they took that last Roshan gate, or after that last Roshan engagement, but he's not quite there yet.
It's been not that far away the whole time, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
just, they're killing him very
Oh,
often.
no.
That's a solo kill.
Jesus.
That's
Ma, you remember the question you asked at the start of this? Is this going to be another 20-minute stomp?
it looks
Takes
good for the
21 minutes.
It looked
true.
21.
I mean, like
we're
at
at
15-minute
21.
mark, I was like, okay, maybe they, or like 10-minute mark, I was like, all right, this is going to be pretty close. But it's, I mean, it's a 7K lead. It's not insurmountable for BlinkPool, but they have to make some pretty big plays in the next few minutes.
I told you it was going to be the closest game so far. Is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong. I would agree with
Okay,
that.
nice. Because I didn't see the first
You didn't
two
see the
games,
first two, I know, but you're right anyway.
This kind of looks like game 1 to me, to be honest. Very
Okay.
similar. Like, it looked like, oh, maybe they can do something, and then it just kind of got super out
Spirals
of control.
Yeah.
OG's just playing really good right now.
So I think what we're seeing about this Radiant draft thing that I was criticizing in the beginning was that you pick these big teamfight ultimates, but you have a mid hero that wants to farm a lot, and you have a safe laner that wants to farm a lot. So we never really got to see the teamfight that they were looking for. You don't have these heroes that are online early and want to go and actually use Split and Golem to do something on the map. So they've been using these primal splits with Sand King, they've been using Golem with Sand King, but like, where's your actual damage? Like,
They've
where's
got
it coming
Blink.
from?
They could go in here, but against Aegis, it's now so much harder.
Soul Crest.
Got Epi, they got Golem, they got Bruce Split.
Clap from Kezu, no split yet. Anna's going to continue the siege with Aegis. He still has it for
Here
quite
comes
some
Epi.
time. There they go. There's the Blink Dagger reveal. The Golem dropped on the backlines. Anna Remnant's away. Madar, he actually takes off the cast that was going through. He's looking for the backlines, can't find anything. The false promise came out for Matt. He's completely fine. They don't find anything with it so far. Bruce Split is still going for another 5 seconds or so, but that's not going to be enough. Anna jumping in on Misery. He looks to be dead again. The ensnare comes through. The heal will not heal him enough. And tier 3 is taken. They'll probably get more off this as well. There's nothing left in the tank for BlinkPool at this point. They didn't even get Aegis in that fight. They got no kills.
This is 2 lanes of ref.
Yeah.
They even got the root from the little troll creep to make sure he couldn't burrow strike away too.
Nice. Nice little details here from OG.
They look to be on form right now for OG, and they're going to continue on here looking for Kaiser. It's double Remnant plus Roar. Death Ward, not even needed. Drop down just
That's
for...
some hate.
Yeah.
I mean, the Zeus had a bit of a tough lane, but once the Ember gets online in mid game, refraction doesn't matter. Not at all.
Yeah.
Game's just over.
I mean, they're, like you said, two lanes of Rax, probably more. They're going to try to wrap with Madar on the back lines, but I don't think he can actually do anything. Burrow onto 2 from Misery. They'll buy back on the Templar Assassin. They're looking for JRX. He's got his False Promising 2, which means he'll probably use it on himself, which he will, and he'll stay alive for now. Kezu getting lower with the Sleighted Fist and the Maelstrom procs. And the double Remnant, and Thompson finds himself a double kill with the Arc Lightning and Lightning Bolts that are coming out. Zoxa has to run away. Kaiser, he can only really look on as they continue to push forward. Buyback coming in from Kezu. He has no split for another 36 seconds. However, I think they will hold them for now. But that is just for a moment here.
They at least held their second lane of Rax. They lost the tower, but like, you look at this, that was a big commitment to not lose. They didn't gain anything. Okay, the story of the game, look at the bottom line of this and look at the top line. There's how many green dots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 740 red ones.
A lot of red ones.
What have they taken? They've taken 20 kills, 6, 7 towers? 7 towers,
yep.
And a Roche. And all Radiant has to show for it is the bottom tier 1 and the top tier 1, right?
Oh.
So 2 towers.
Well, I actually have no idea what's going on. I mean, 4 games like this in a row, it actually seems unbelievable to me, but...
You know, I had some concerns when I first heard that Anna was coming back to OG. I was like, has he still got it? He's been out of the scene for like almost a year at this point, and
He's still got
he's
it.
just
He
so
definitely
he's
has it.
completely hasn't fallen off.
He was playing with some other teams, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
team he played. I don't remember if they did well, or if they played all matches or what, but you don't just stop playing Dota, man. Come on.
It's if you've seen if you watched, was it the True Side episode where OG was in as well, the one from the Kiev Major, I think.
Yeah.
Versus Virtus Pro.
Yeah, I think it matters. It matters a lot when you get to see that behind the scenes of how Ana works in the team with someone like Mad. As when he was their coach, it looked like he has a really positive impact on Ana based on that episode.
Yeah.
So playing with him, playing with No Tail, I think he's really comfortable. He's back with friends that he's played with before, knows how they work. Good golem drop here to at least save Madara, but they need a turnaround.
He has Epi, he's not using it. He might die before he can get it off. Death Ward will come through, Remnant in. Misery still getting chased down. Roar on the back lines. They have found Kaiser, rather on the front lines. He's healed up. Actually survives the refraction, not for much longer to be fair. He does blink away. Maybe I spoke too soon. He's going to get out in time. Still a good burrow strike from Misery, jumping back in. Getting low is going to be No Tail. Doesn't really matter. The Remnant and all the auto attack damage is doing work. That'll do it. GG is called. Another 25-minute game, around 4 in a row. I think the longest game we've had so far today was 28.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Oh, well, I guess it wasn't the most...
Well, that game was more over than this game was. Yeah.